Alright, what is up, everybody? First of all, I was walking, and it's, oh my god, I can't even see 10 feet in front of me. Because of number one, the fog, and then number two, the freaking light. I'm scared. But anyways, I was walking, and it is so unbelievably foggy right now. It is so foggy right now. And I realized, as I'm walking in this fogginess, that I dreamt of this. Now, I'm not sure if I dreamt of this moment, but I dreamt of something like this, and I believe that, fucking hell, okay, I believe that dreams are very connected. The dreams are very connected. Look at, do you see that? Do you see how foggy that is? And it looks like there's a cliff right there. Like it's just a cliff, but that's just the canal. But that looks like a much steeper drop off than it actually is. But about maybe a couple years ago or so, bro, I keep fucking hearing shit. Maybe a couple years ago. What the fuck is that? Okay. A couple years ago, I dreamt of something like this happening, and it was about something about me. Well, the first dream I had, sort of like this, was about me running, and being on this whole walk. I just went out. I just felt very like a machinery, almost like flowy, but like I was like onto a specific frequency or something, and I was just going with that. Like my movements as I was walking, my movements were very machinery. And hopefully someone who's more well knowledged about what I'm experiencing can pick up on these symptoms. But my movement was very like machinery flowy machinery and on this walk, because I've just been feeling a very strange vibe, like a pulling sensation. And so, but I went out here to record a couple videos. In fact, one video I wanted to record. But before I get onto that, I just want to tell you, I just want to talk about the dream I had that was like this. It might have been of this very field, or that very street. Well, I've had a dream. Okay, I'm just going to talk about dreams, actually. And then I'll go back to and then eventually I'll either make another video or something about my actual reason for coming out here. Jeez, it is so dreamlike and foggy. You see how it's not doing this justice. Oh my god, I just looked at the camera. There's a lot of like particles and rain. It's not raining, but it is so foggy. Like the video is not doing it justice at all, and it's the lights coming in are so movie-like. Like not even movie-like, like dream-like. I had a dream. Oh fuck, that's somebody. What the fuck? That was a big ass fucking, oh my god, I just saw a fucking paw print that looked like a fucking bear. And I had a dream about this field, going back to my fucking dream. Ah, fuck, I might cut the video, but going back to the dreams I had. One dream I had when I was like, I don't know if it was specifically, matter of fact, I think I might have had like, holy fuck, I think I might have dreamt of this. Like, okay, you know how you get, has this ever happened to you where you get dreams? Like you get a dream, and then like 5 years later you get the same dream, or you get like a part 2 to the dream. I might have had that last night, and I'm just remembering something like that. I did definitely had something happen last night where it was a dream of this field, foggy, or of the neighborhood. And it was like a part 2 to a dream I had of the neighborhood, of this foggy field, of this very fucking foggy field, and other foggy fields in my neighborhood. It was like a part 2. Holy fucking shit. It was no, that's actually really scary. That's like, no, not it's scary, but this was really fucking cool. It was fucking part 2, or like a separate dream, but the same area, but no, it's like basically the same dream of this field that I had like last night or like maybe a couple nights ago. And now I'm in this fucking field in that same exact situation or same exact place. Anyways, just to let you know about the dreams. I'm just going to talk about the dreams. Hopefully this isn't found footage like the fucking no through road or whatever the fuck that fucking horror short was called. Anyways, number one, I've talked about the bear track. So I had a dream where I was like in this neighborhood or in this neighborhood similar to this, and they were all about in the nighttime, street lights. Maybe and like a lot of them were foggy, but I'm hella attentive, bro. I'm hella fucking attentive right now. I swear, if anybody wants to sneak up on me, I'm too fucking wired for this shit. I am gonna fucking run as fast as I can. But I'm a fast runner, so I should be okay. And I said that shit. Gosh, and this fucking light is blinding. Okay. Bear track. So yeah, I had a dream where I was running from a bear in this type of neighborhood or on these type of neighborhoods. I think it was like a small black bear, but it was still like, I was still very scared of it. And I was like biking. And that was the dream, I think. I don't know if it caught me or whatever, but I just saw like a very big, either very big dog or like some type of fucking lion or bear. But they're actually, the thing is, in this field or in that field, which is like literally a street away, apparently there was a lion that was here. Apparently, like, it escaped from a zoo, and then it ran all the way to these fields that I'm literally standing in, and there's a real fucking lion. Or, like, not a lion, but it was either a lion or a cheetah, or something like that. I think it was a lion, though. Anyways. So, and also, I know, like, I'm in a field, so you might think I live, like, in the woods or some shit. These are all fucking ticky-tacky suburb-ass houses. I just happen to live by, like, a couple fields, which is really cool, but I live by a couple, small. It looks like a big field. It's actually pretty, not like super small, but it's not a gigantic field. That field over there is more gigantic. That field is, like, probably, like, a mile long. So that's pretty cool. But anyways, yeah, so that was that dream. I had another dream where I was literally, you see that, I don't know if you see, oh crap. 10% remaining. Okay, it's 10% remaining, so I gotta, hopefully I end this, remember to end this. So you see that light right there? The street light? But a little bit, either at that light or a little bit to the right of that light. I had a dream, this is like a couple years ago or a year ago. I had a dream at that very location right there where I'm pointing at. Hopefully the camera can see me pointing. At that street light, or like a little bit to the right of that, is like one of those electrical boxes that you like when you were younger you might have sat on. It's like a green painted big electrical box like in the neighborhoods. I had a dream where I had a knife and I was trying to kill myself. And I was going up to these random people. I was like, can you slit my throat? Can you please slit my throat? Can you slit my throat? I was going up to multiple people that walked by. And I was asking each of them if they could slit my throat. Because I didn't want to slit my throat myself because it was scary or something. So but I wanted to kill myself. So what the fuck? No, I swear I just saw someone running. But then they disappeared. Okay. And I just heard a gunshot. And then these fucking cars are following each other close by. Looking exactly like these two fucking cars. They just turned left, right. They were like right behind each other. I don't know if they were chasing the guy, if the one was chasing the other. I literally saw that exact same scenario happen when I was taking a walk the other night. I saw two cars, like Nissan or something looking like cars, not SUVs. Two cars on this turn, close to each other, turn left and the other turn left quickly. I just saw that shit happen again. I don't know if they were the same exact cars. That would be crazy. But yeah, the dream happened. I was trying to kill myself, and I was getting all these people. I was like, can you please kill myself? I had a knife, and I was like, can you please kill me? Can you please slit my throat? Multiple people were walking by. Eventually, my throat got slit. I'm not sure exactly how it happened. If I slit my throat, or someone was kind enough was like, okay, I'll kill you. Anyways, I slit my throat, or my throat got slit, and I was bleeding, and I was laying on that green electrical box over there, where that light is. I don't know if you can see like the glowing big street light. There's an electrical box to the right of that, and I was laying down on the electrical box, like with my throat gashed open and bleeding everywhere. And I was like, my hand was like, I was regretting my decision of asking people to kill me. And I was like, but I couldn't move, because I was just so tired and weak because I was injured. I was like injured to the point of like I can't move my body, and I was fading in and out of consciousness. So I was like, and I was on the electrical box, laying down, and I was talking with God in this dream, and I was like, please, I will, and I was saying like, I will push myself, I will achieve greatness, I promise, I will never, I might have said like, I will never, take life for granted. I think I might have said that in the dream, like talking to God. I was like, I'll never take life for granted. I'll be great, or like I will. I was trying to talk with God about something like. I was trying to talk with God about something like, I will be great. I will never take life for granted, or I will value life. And I was bleeding big. My entire throat was slit, and I was bleeding out on the electrical box, talking to God. And it was a very starry night, and literally like 100 feet away from me, right there on that electrical box. I've never walked up to the electrical box in my life. It just happened to be on that street, or I don't know what happened, but for some reason my dream took place on right there, literally right there. But it was a very starry night, I think. And I think my vision was like turning red, or turning like almost comical as I was fading out of consciousness. And the stars became so much brighter. Maybe the stars were moving as well. But I was talking with God. And I think I actually might have heard God, or God spoke to me or communicated with me. And I think we might have made a deal. Like we might have said, like, God might have been like, okay, I will let you live on the thing, only if I will let you live, because you said you will never take life for granted, and you will push yourself, and you will be great, or you will love everything, you will love yourself. And I was like, yes, I will love you, I will love everything, I will never take life for granted. Please. And I was really like, but it wasn't like I was begging. I was like truly like being like, I will. Like I was believing it as well. But I was also begging. A part of me was also like, am I really going to do that? Am I really going to like never take life for granted again? But I was also like, okay, I won't ever. So eventually I got myself up. So I don't know if a deal was struck, or like I was like, but I remember communicating with God in the dream with my throat gashed open. Of like, I will never take life for granted again. But eventually I got up off the electrical box. I pulled myself up, and I started walking, like literally like stumbling on that sidewalk. Literally, I was walking on that sidewalk right there. And people were passing me, like joggers or people, and I was like, help me, please. And they just walked right by me. They're like, oh, I'm so, okay, bye, whatever. And eventually, okay, I'm definitely hearing things. Anyways, I was like walking, I was like, help me. And eventually, after like 5 people walked past me, like joggers and like people walking. And I think this might have been daytime by this point, because I was bleeding out the entire night. And this might have been daytime, or like the morning. Oh yeah, but I remember bleeding for like hours, like literally hours. I was just dying, or on the verge of dying, getting more and more out in and out of consciousness, just like really willpowering it. And so Eventually I got to this Asian guy, or short Chinese Asian guy that was like, had like the stereotypical middle, like the middle of his head was balding. And I got to him, and he spoke American, and I was like, and I got to, or he spoke English, and I got to him, and I was like, no, what the freak? Oh God, my phone's about to die. I got to him. He was a doctor. Oh God, I'm gonna get home actually. I'm scared. I got to him, and he was a doctor, and he turned out to be a doctor. I'm really scared because my phone's about to die. Got my run home. He ended up being a doctor. It was literally on the street right here. And I'm really scared it might happen. I might fulfill the prophecy. But literally on the street, like I was right here. I was on that electric box. I think it was that electric box or that one. And I was walking down the street with my throat gashed open. People were walking past me, and eventually I got to like right above where I'm pointing right now. You see where I'm pointing at that you see the stop sign? Maybe like 10 or 20 feet behind the stop sign. Like literally where I'm at right now was an Asian guy, and I was like, please help me. And he was like, oh, okay, I'll help you fine. I'm a doctor. And he was still like not really, like didn't take the situation seriously. But he still was like, okay, I'll help you. So he ended up like walking me to like a hospital or something. My phone's still alive. He ended up walking me to like a hospital. And like, oh yeah, and then I was so he ended up like lazily walking me to a hospital, or like lazily calling an ambulance. So somehow I got to a hospital. I'm almost home. I had a dream right here too. I had a dream where I was right there. I saw a stranger get hit by a car. And then I went in and my entire family was burning alive. And then I instantly died. So I should tell that story too. Anyways, if I die right now, I love everything. And everything will be okay. We gotta fight. We gotta rebel against the system. We gotta rebel because we're awesome. Gotta be somebody responsible. I wish you would. Amen. All right. Okay. Still alive. Hello, the video cut out literally right as that's Oreo, by the way. Video cut out like literally a second before I put the phone charger in. So basically, the end of that dream was I was walking with my throat gash open, literally dying, about to die, and then five people went by me, like didn't really care, didn't really want to help me, or just like were just bystanders, And then I saw this Asian guy, and he was finally the person who kind of wanted to help me. And so I was like, please help me. And he was like, okay. He didn't really have an accent, I don't think, but he said like, okay. And so I think he was like, okay, wait here, or like wait 5 minutes, and I'll call like I'll call. I'm a doctor, so I'll call my doctor friends, and then we'll take you to the hospital or something. So I was like, oh, thank you. And like no, but the thing was, what was strange about this is I was literally bleeding from my throat. My throat was completely slit open, and yet it's just really, there's something strange that nobody helped me, except for this one Asian doctor. Oh, so do I still have a stain here? Because I was watching. What is this from? It doesn't have a smell, but there's like a big wet stain here that I was watching because I was watching the recording of my video. I was watching the recording of my video. So yeah, the video was about. I mean, the dream ended, or not ended, but the dream. So eventually, I got to the hospital, and they were like, and they got into the waiting room, and I was in the waiting room. Yeah, so they didn't. I was literally bleeding, and they took me into the waiting room, or I walked into the waiting room, and I was there, and I was like, and I was very very close on the verge of dying. Well, I'm a human body. I just realized I was just feeling I'm like feeling my ribs. I'm feeling my like I'm really a human. Like I'm really like have a body. That's crazy. I got shoulders. Anyways. Oh, my neck. So I was yeah, so I was stuck in this waiting room, and I went up to the receptionist, and I was like, can you? Oh yeah, I think I like couldn't really talk. I was like, can you help me, please? Can you please help me? Can you help me? And they were like, oh yeah, we'll be with you in like 5 minutes or 30 minutes or something. So eventually, I walked or got lured, or I mean, I either walked or got transported into some medical type room. And in this medical room, in this doctor's room, this is really strange. There was a so like the first. Wow, I'm just remembering the stream. So I was in the doctor's room, and I was on the left side, and it was like one of those stereotypical white doctor's room, clinical type room. But the right side of the wall, and I was on the left side of the room. On the right side of the room, the right wall, um, on the in the bottom right corner, not the bottom, the so I was like here, and this was where I was at. Like I was in this. There was a door here. Entered it. I was in this room on this side. On this side was where the action takes place, and right here on the bottom right corner was this big, not big, but like this rock door. It was like this rock tunnel. So like you see like this wall here. Imagine like you see where the black tape is. Imagine that the black tape was as big as the wall, or the like, cause it was like the Hobbit door, kind of like a cone, like a kind of a half circle at the top, and then kind of, I don't know how to just, I wish I had more words. Um, but it was like a tunnel made out of rocks, and like it went into the wall, but there was like rocks either glued together or something that like poked out of the wall, and it was about like maybe 6 feet high or something, and then about 4 feet, maybe like 4 feet or 5 feet, yeah, 6 foot tall rather, and then 5 feet wide at the max probably. Yeah. And then, but the thing was, that was that, and right on the to the left of that, in the top right corner of the room, more like, it was looking at it from the top down. That was that was on the bottom right. On the bottom, I mean, on the top right is this big, not big, but like everything was like in the size of around this type of room, or like a little bit bigger than this room I'm in right now. There was a wooden staircase that went up into like this, like imagine this ceiling right here was, instead of this ceiling, it was like you see at the corner right there. Instead, imagine just went like the ceiling, like on this side of the this on this, like, see where that vent is. So like imagine if everything to the left of this vent was just, the ceiling was taken out, and instead there was, you could climb over that wall, and there was more seat, there was like a ledge over there or something like that. So there were stairs leading up from literally here to like the ceiling, and then you could walk on like that part of the ceiling, because this part was taken out. There was a ceiling going more like over that way. I'm not sure how to describe. So I had a decision to make when I was in this room. Oh yeah, and by the way, the tunnel was pitch black, literally pitch black. I had a decision to make. go up this wooden staircase into, because I couldn't see what was on the other side, what the wooden staircase led to. I could either go in, and my throat was still bleeding. I'm almost, no, my throat was definitely still bleeding. Like I was literally still, and this dream took over the place of like a day or like many hours. Throat was still bleeding. I had a decision to make. Either walk up these wooden stairs that were like creaky, like there was like wooden. They were made of like like wooden boards. Like the stairway was about to break, fragile, thin. Thin walkway. Walk up these wooden stairs into over there, which was like I don't know where it led to, or I could go into this dark tunnel. What do you think I chose? No, I didn't know. I wasn't sure if what was inside of this tunnel. I just knew that it was darkness and blackness. But it wasn't like a eerie type of darkness and blackness. It was like I'm not sure. I have no idea what this is type of blackness. But I knew it wasn't the end of that. I knew it wasn't like a dead end. Like I knew that tunnel wasn't a dead end, I knew that it wasn't just like I would hit a wall and then I would have to go out. I knew that was, if I went into the tunnel, that was a decision. I decided to not go into the tunnel. My throat's still bleeding. I decided to not go into the black tunnel. Pitch black. I don't know where it led to. I decided to not go into that. I decided to walk up these creaky fragile staircase out of like broken wood planks. So I was walking up, and then as I was walking up, there's like this lady there's a lady who was like a crazy lady. I don't know if she had like knives or like she was like a pirate lady or something, or maybe but I basically, and I might have gotten a sword as well, like right when I got to the stairs or something. But there's this lady at the top of the stairs, right where the ceiling is about, and I was like right there, going up these stairs. Yeah, you see, we're going up these stairs, and there's a lady, or I was like this, or like imagine this room is like a little bit higher, like 5 feet higher, 6 feet higher, and I was walking up these staircase, this creaky wooden, like thin, like on the wall staircase, like creaky, like about to break, like freaking planks were falling. It was like by plank and nails type of staircase. Walking up it, and then I saw this lady come up from wherever that place led to, where the ceiling was taken out, and it was like another whatever. She came out and she had like knives or something, and so I basically had to battle her. She was running down the staircase with knives, and I had to fight her or something. I don't know if I killed her or whatever. I don't know if I had weapons. But it was either that was the end of the dream or I was fighting her. But I don't know what happened. I'm not sure what happened at the end of that dream. But I might be misremembering this, but I might have gotten to the top, and then at the top was, I might be misremembering this, but at the top, if I got to the top, I was standing like right. You see where that this was it was a hospital room, but like imagine like this whole side of the ceiling was taken out, and instead there was like another platform there, or another some place to walk right there, right where steps leading from here to there, and imagine there was like more walkway there. I'm not sure how to describe it. I think I got to the top, and I'm not sure of this, but I might have gotten to the top, and then I looked and I saw nothingness, like literally nothingness. But of course my mind can't really conceive of nothingness very much. I think I saw just like pure grayness or pure whiteness, and I knew like, oh, that's nothingness. I was like, okay, yeah, that's nothingness, or something like that. And it reminded me of video games. Like, how video games, like the world is there, and then like if you no clip out of it, you see the actual where they created the world, and it's just like a gray box or like a gray landscape, completely gray or completely white. And that's where all the game's assets were created, and where like if you like, completely zoom out of where the playable game is, you see like this just completely gray. And I think I saw that at the top of the staircase. And I'm not sure what happened to the rest of the dream, if that was the dream. But I do think I made the right decision by not going in the dark tunnel. Because it wasn't like a scary. It was maybe a little scary, but it wasn't like, ooh, it's a dark tunnel, is that gonna kill me or something? But I think it was like kind of like a killing me type thing. I think it was like a death type thing, maybe, or like a cease to exist, or I'm not sure. I honestly have no idea, and that's just my headcanon from this. But when I had the dream, that was I think years ago, so I'm not sure. I think when I think I wrote it down in one of my journals or something, maybe. Oh, I've been talking and my jaw hurts, man. CPS lady came to my house and talked to me and my mom, and I don't know, she seemed really like not really wanting to help, and I've been texting her like all this evidence and like text messages and videos of my mom, and she hasn't been responding. But the CPS lady gave me like mandatory questions, and she said like one of her questions was, does your jaw hurt or something, like, or has your jaw hurt in the past 6 months when talking or something? That was just a strange question to ask, because the way we're like, are you feeling okay? Do you have plans of hurting yourself? And then it was like, does your jaw hurt, or does your jaw, do you have trouble chewing or something? I was like, oh, well, yeah, I actually do. I think it was a dental question as well. I'm not sure. You hear that? Anyways. That was that one dream. And then the dream I had was, and I told the dream about the bear. The other dream was about that field specifically, that I was in at the beginning of maybe this video, if I cut these videos together. That field. It was that field, but I think it was also a couple other fields, or like partly that field, but I think it was really that field a lot. It was about, I was like in a gang, or like I was like friendly with gang members or something like that. And I remember like I made a deal with them, and then I was running away from them, or maybe I was running away from them, and then maybe it was like two black guys saved me at a gas station, or maybe the gang members saved me from people, and the gang members were at the gas station. And I don't think it was only black guys as well. I think it was like mobster gang members maybe, or like a mixture of just men and women, but like mostly men. They were I just could tell they were in a gang. And I think I just remember running in a field, and there was this red truck, I think, that pulled into the field and started like looking. It was like, we're looking for me, and it was like this big field, and I think it was that field, but like at least partly that field. And it was just a red truck that was looking for me, I think, and it was a foggy, dark night, and somewhere I saw gang members, and then I felt safe around them, and they protected me, and I think they started looking for me as well. And then maybe that's when I saw the two black guys at the gas station, and then I felt comfortable around them. I'm not sure, but there was just a strange. I was running away from people in that dream a lot. But yeah, that was you see my eyes just started moving, like, I'm like, you can tell I'm in like a state, and like a little bit of that was performative. if you saw my eyes started moving, and then I was like, oh my god, I'm really doing this. So I started like playing into it, but not really. I wasn't really playing into it because the more my eyes started to move, the more I could tell, like the more I could feel it and remember the dream. So it wasn't, but I was also kind of playing into it, like be like I was also like, I'm not sure, kind of performative, but also not really. But yeah, that was a couple of my dreams that I had. Yeah, I feel like I shouldn't. There's a lot more I could say, but a lot more I could remember about these dreams. I'm gonna end this episode here, though. This video. Love you guys. I feel like I'm becoming dumber or something. I love you so much. Have an amazing night. Bye bye.